And be sure to hit the link in the description box to get those American hands on some official green gear. Well, well, well. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. It's been a minute. It's been a while since I've gone live. So many things going on, so much life going on. As my dad would tell me, son, busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. That's busy. That's real busy. Think about that. Let it get visual in your mind for a second. Think how busy you would be as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. That's busy. That's what I was. That's what I am. Let's see. What did I do? Put up a new fence. My neighbor and I got together, built a brand new fence. On the side, I already did the back fence and the other side fence with the other neighbor. Did this side fence with this neighbor. Various projects around the house. Got my son a new basketball hoop. Just shit going on, working, doing this, the research for this, and articles and videos, all those things. But the important thing is, I'm here now, back with you sons of bitches. Good to see you guys in the comments. Let's see. Do a roll call. We got Broman Dude here. Cheyenne, what's going on? None the Miser, what up? Annie's Burnt Candle. Faith, Nick. Hey, Nick Russo over here. You need a good guy to do work on your house. You call Nick Russo. Ah. Island Anderson, what up, Gerd? Jake, Jackie, BJ, Professor. Bruce Norris, a lesser known brother of Chuck Norris. Thank you guys for being here. A lot of shit to get to. First of all, Trump's first 100 days in office. What a roller coaster it has been. It's not over. Of course not. This is only the beginning, and more meanings than one. But what a roller coaster ride it's been this first 100 days. I'm talking about he hit the ground running. He has to. Trump doesn't have 4 years. Trump has 2 years. And then depending on how those first 2 years go, that will determine the second 2. But really, he has 2 years to get this shit going. So when midterms come, it's all good. We've weathered the storm. The tariff war is over, which we will win, by the way. Case, what's going on? Alex, David, we will win the tariff war. It's, bro, man, dude, don't even say that out loud. He said, imagine the first 100 if Kamala got in. Ugh, gross. I'm not even going to think about that shit. We wouldn't even be a country anymore. We'd be a smoldering crater. That's what we would be. But we will win the tariff war. It's simple math. Even China, our nemesis, our equal in the world, militarily, economically, and all that good stuff, if they really are, they are not the big, bad alligator skin giants that we're told they are. Because as the truth comes out about more and more things, yeah, Case, totally. I know I'm shadow banned. YouTube can suck my nuts from the back. But they're not this big, bad, fortified monster. Kelly, what's up? Inner City, Patrick. They're not this big, fortified monster that can withstand any type of war with us, whether it be militarily, which I don't think we'll get to, or economically, like this tariff war we're in right now. We're going to win because no other country can hang. We're now with China. We are only, I think, 9, maybe 10% of, their exports. We're only 10% of what they export to the world. But we are the military for, or the economy for, a lot of these other countries who buy more of their shit than we do. And a large portion of China's population is fucking starving. Now, if it really got down to it, exactly, Johnny, the paper tigers, if it really got down to it, and Trump was like, look, this ain't happening. Well, Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, they're all our buddies. Even Japan, despite, 1945. Sorry about that. Our bad. Look, we could physically, literally shut down their ports to where the shipping containers won't move. Not all this on paper, electronic, stock market shit. We could just shut it down. You ain't moving nothing. Your citizens or workers could load these containers all you want. They're not going anywhere. We could physically blockade China. I don't think it'll come to that. I don't think they can hang. And somebody was telling me something. I didn't read up on it, but I mean, I don't see why they would lie to me. But they were saying that Mexico just inked a sizable, substantial deal with China. It doesn't matter. The Chinese aren't going to buy all your shit. By the time your produce and stuff gets over there, Mexico, it's probably going to be rotten. You're going to have to pick that shit when it's barely, becoming something, barely becoming a fruit or vegetable to get it over there before it rots. So whatever, go to China. Even if that's true, go to China, you bitch. Go Mexico. And I hope when something happens, China will send their military over here to help your punk ass. That's why you spend a handful of pesos on your fucking military budget, because you live next door. You're literally connected. You're joined at the hip with the biggest, baddest son bitch this planet has ever seen. Same with Canada up there, getting drunk off a moose head and maple syrup. They don't spend shit. What's a Canadian dollar? Is it called the Canadian dollar? Who gives a shit what it's called? You can't spend it here. But they don't spend shit on their military budget either, because they're right next door to us. So I hope as you're getting in bed with China and they're sticking that uncircumcised Asian penis up your anus, which you probably won't even feel, Canada, because bigger ones have been there before. I hope they come to your rescue. I hope they do. I hope they got your back like America does, you bitches. But the first 100 days have been a roller coaster, but it's been a good roller coaster. You ever been on a ride, or you've been in a situation where it's a good scared? It's controlled chaos. Your adrenaline gets pumping. You get scared. You get that feeling in your stomach, but it's a good thing. That's what this roller coaster has been. And I mentioned this a couple weeks ago in a video. Look, the rest of the country, you guys, dealing with the not even the tariffs, just a bad economy from the sloppy Joe administration. But you throw the tariffs in there, these added costs, this tax that we're supposedly having levied against us. But living in California, I'm used to shit being expensive. It can only go down from here, the prices. I'm paying almost $5, in some cases close to $6 a gallon, depending on where you are and where you get it from, which gas station you select. And that's not the country. I just saw a video the other day, some lady at the gas station in Texas or the Midwest somewhere. She's spending less than $3 a gallon on gas. How is that? How is that? In California, we pump the dead dinosaur juice out of the ground, we refine it, turn it into gasoline in various octanes, and then we ship it out to the rest of the country. Even maybe the rest of the world, I don't know, but definitely to the rest of the country. There are places in Hawaii that pay less for gas than we do here in California, where we make the shit. That's like having a business, a family business out of your home. And let's say your mom makes bread. Your mom makes the best dinner rolls in the state, and she has a little home kitchen, and she charges you. You're her son. You're helping her roll out these damn biscuits, these buns. You're up at the butt crack of dawn. You're up before the sun helping your mom roll this shit out and lifting 50-pound sacks of flour and whatnot and getting the dough right and kneading. You're doing all these things. And then your mom and dad turn around and charge you more for these rolls than she does the neighbor. Well, that shouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense because we make the shit here. And like, it's almost like a family discount. Like, hey, it's me. I'm part of the family. Remember? Californian? And the rest of the country is paying less for the shit that we make and give them? If If this were the early 90s and I was Arsenio Hall, I would say things that make you go, but my finger would be a lot longer. Come on now. Those are called taxes. Those taxes are levied on us by the state. The federal government can only do so much. If you have a tyrannical, plastic-faced, Lego-haired son of a bitch like Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom, he will wipe out any good that the federal government is able to do. And don't worry, Californians, since you're already bent over, we stay bent over in California. We don't even stand up straight. Californians have evolved to have a spine that looks like 9 o'clock because we just stay bent over. They want to levy another 40 cents plus gas tax on Californians. It doesn't even hurt anymore. I see some of you assholes in here showing me what you pay for gas in your state. Californians, you ready to get upset? You ready to cry? Let's see, I want to make sure I didn't miss any. I don't think I did. Annie says $3.39 in Michigan. I'd love $3.39 a gallon for gas. That'd be beautiful. BJ says $2.53 here in my part of northern Texas. $2.53. That's half. That's half of what I pay here. And I imagine if I took my vehicle and moved it to northern Texas and put that gasoline in my truck, it would run just the same. What do I know? I'm Jake says it's $3.79 here in Washington. And you're still on the left coast, but you're doing good for the left coast. You can't find, where's gasoline for under $4 in California? Where? I haven't seen it. I've been all up and down this commie bitch. I haven't seen it. Under $4 a gallon? Shit, where? Broman dude, it's 308 here for a while. Where's that, Broman dude? 308. Jake says, if you use Safeway app points, sometimes you can get a whole $1 off and get it for like $2 to $3 a gallon. Yeah, that's if you rack up those kind of points. I don't shop at Safeway. There isn't even a Safeway near here, near where I live. And they're too damn expensive. Even if you put it, and for years, Safeway was, you get up there and your total's like whatever, and then you punch in your phone number, it drops down. But even still, it's still expensive as hell. Inner City Pigeon says $2.75 in Gary, Indiana. $4.10 in Arizona. Yeah. Now you're getting in my neighborhood. $4.10. Yeah, but that's still cheap. I mean, right now I can go down the street and get it for $4.89 for the cheap shit. $2.99 Atlanta, $2.56 San Antonio, $2.55 KC, $2.69. Yeah, you guys are living the dream. Rachel says here in Kansas it's around $2 a gallon, $2.50 in Alabama. Kathy says they just paid $4.25. You must be out on the West Coast somewhere. $3.09 a week ago. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, she says the prices have been yo-yoing for months in Michigan. I've seen the guy get out there with the long pole, has a little suction cup to change the gas prices as you're pumping gas. $2.69, $3.08, $3.89. Yeah, you guys are living the dream. Yeah, $3.89 Hawaii Island. We made that shit here and sent it to you, and you're paying less than me. How? Son of a bitch. White Run Guard says, just turned 24 today. Hope all of you Americans stay safe out there. Us are in Ohio paying $2.90, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hey, you're lucky as shit. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, White Run. Young individual, 24 years old. My goodness, your bones haven't even hardened yet. You're still malleable and pliable. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great day. Your birthday is on Trump's 100th day. Give him a call. Maybe you guys can celebrate together. But that's great. Thank you for spending some of your birthday here with us. Good looking out. Yeah, bro, man, dude. Not only is Hawaii lower than us at that price, much lower. 259 in Houston, 269 in San Antonio. Yeah, you guys are paying less than half of what I pay here for gas. Now, Texas, you guys are probably pumping your own shit, but maybe not. Maybe you get some of it from California. But yeah, next time I'm at the pump, I'll do a quick video and show you guys exactly the shit that I'm dealing with out here. So Trump's first 100 days, we're going to talk about that. This beautiful roller coaster ride that we've been on. Also, federal judges are becoming federal criminals. What the hell is wrong with these people? Like we all knew about TDS. We all knew it would make you write some crazy shit online or say some crazy shit in public, but I didn't think it would make you become a federal criminal. Idiots. You idiots. So these dumbass judges are getting busted for helping. Not only are they helping illegals, and that's dumb. Even if it was a poor little brown-faced mommy and my babies, please help me take care of my babies. Even if it was that, even if it was the immigrant that they want you to picture in their mind when they say those words, just, please, United States, help me. Even if it were that type of illegal, Fort Worth 270, damn it. I got family in Fort Worth. Shout out to Joe and the girls, Rosie, my number one fan. Good to see you guys. Well, it will be good to see you guys when we do. Wait, hold on. One more before I go on. Bam, 82 Camino. Thank you very much for the contribution. Good looking out. So yeah, you got the, even if it were that type of immigrant, that would still be bad because you're a judge, you're held to a higher standard. You should know the law better than the average bear, right? So that would be bad. But it wasn't that type of immigrant. It wasn't the type of immigrant that they want you to picture. It was a fucking gangbanger. The worst kind. Do we not have enough gangbangers in America already? Do we not have enough homegrown violent savages already? Do we have to import more violent savages? I don't think so. I think we're good. We're up to here. We're good. Nope. These judges were helping illegal foreign gangbangers. But no, I didn't make this up. No, this isn't a lie. No, I'm not about to yell cut and bring out the cast and show you that this was all just a big production. Nope, it's real. They were helping an illegal gangbanger. Also, Amazon. Fuck you, Amazon. I'll tell you why. Trump. This dude is crazy. Trump is crazy. If there was a land far away, and it was just full of trolls, all kinds of trolls, online trolls, actual trolls, the ones that ate the billy goats under the bridge, all trolls. If this land was all trolls, then Donald Trump would be the king of all trolls. You know the scene where the ruler comes out on some kind of balcony, some kind of cliff. Either it's a balcony in his castle or it's, like the Lion King. He got on top of that rock and all of the minions were down below. Trump would come out and address his minions as the king of all trolls. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful trolls. I see you there. Great job under the bridge, eating the goats. Beautiful goats. Lovely bridge. I got them again. They fell for it. White House lawn pictures. All the illegals, criminals, their crimes. Beautiful criminals, beautiful people. Come from beautiful countries. That's why I want to send them back. Go home. Right? Trump lined the White House lawn with pictures of criminal illegals and their crimes. And of course, they lost their shit. They lost. How could you? You know what this is doing? This is forcing all the fake media, fake news, for all of them who come there to the White House every day, and when they stand out there and they're listening to them talk at the podium, blah, blah, blah. How can you not address that? How can you not address the illegal criminal elephants in the room? That's beautiful. What other president has done that? And I would ask, what other president would think to do that? Because maybe there were presidents in the past who thought to do that, but they were probably told by their handlers, by the real people in charge. Maybe it's the same people that Sloppy Joe was saying that were telling him that he couldn't say stuff. Remember? Yeah, I don't know if I could say that. They told me I have to leave. Yeah, this isn't the mall. You know, maybe it's the same people who are telling him what to say and what not to say. But Trump's not beholden to them. That's the problem. That's why they put a 223 through his earlobe. That's why they pierced his ear with a 223. It's because he's not beholden to them and he doesn't fucking listen. What's going to piss a pimp off more than a bitch that doesn't listen? Trump doesn't listen. And that's a problem. And they do things to people who don't listen. We saw it. I seen them. Remember that part in Half Baked? Where he goes, hey, you ever suck dick for marijuana? And he goes, no. I suck dick for coke. I seen him. You remember? You guys remember this.
Take a look at what happened. Oh.
Yes? No? Yeah, you guys remember that. So that's what happens when you don't listen. And maybe there were other presidents before who had that thought, but they were told, no, you don't. No, you don't have that thought, bitch. And they didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. Well, Trump did. Trump did that shit. He lined the White House with pictures of criminal illegals. I'm done. Also, there's another brainwashed black woman. I'm so sick and tired of hearing and saying the words black woman or black women. I'm so sick of hearing that shit. There's another one, and this one's probably the craziest one of all. If Trump's the king of the trolls, this lady is queen of the dumb black women. You talk about pro-abortion? No, not even. She's not even queen of the dumb black women. She's queen of all the pro-abortion psychopaths, no matter what color you are. You know, the girls who brag about, I had 4 abortions. Girl, I had 5. High five. Let's go get nutted in by some random dudes. I don't need your name, sir. Get in there. You know, those type of dumbasses. Well, this lady rules them all with impunity. And I will show you a clip. This woman is she's so pro-abortion that Planned Parenthood looks at her and just goes, I can't. I thought we were pro-abortion. Margaret, you agree? That's a ghost because she's dead. But I thought Planned Parenthood, I thought the double P was about the abortion, but this lady, nuts. And did you guys hear about Club Deport? I think I'm going to start with that. Put a pin in that, people. We're going to come back to Club Deport. Also, Big Mike. Stop it. I only call her that because you people in the comments refer to Michelle Obama as Big Mike. And I've heard it so much that I refer to her as such. So I blame it on you guys. But Big Mike, as you might be saddened to know, it's not even might be, I know you're saddened to know, that Big Mike is having trouble sleeping, and Big Mike is worried. And I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. Shout out our people to the north, Christian Yehozer, Canada's finest. He says, showing off my membership, not your member, your membership. One of the first 3 to become a member. Cheers, buddy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. A member for over 2 years. Join him. White Run Guard. Again, thank you very much. Funny, we still know nothing about that assassin, right? Remember they said they couldn't hack his phone. I'm sure there's like some 14 or probably 12-year-old Indian or Asian kid who could get into that phone lickety split. Just offer him like 1,000 V-bucks. All those acronyms, all those 3-letter departments and entities and groups and organizations, you guys couldn't crack this bubble-headed, extra chromosome-looking 20-year-old's phone. My ass. Thank you, White Run Guard. Stephen Thompson, thank you. He says, we don't trial anywhere near enough judges. True that. Well, maybe it's changing because with Miss Bondi in office, I think these activists are having problems, and not just activist judges, these fucking activist politicians. If you're going to be a politician, you are a public servant, you work for the people. If you're going to be an activist, you smell like patchouli oil and you don't have a job. That's fine, but you can't marry the two. You can't be this right-on soul brother, soul sister, activist, power to the people politician. It doesn't work that way. You can't be a benevolent, disgusting, guilt-ridden white liberal. Oh, honey, we have to bring the illegals into our home. What? And Jalen Hurts, there's a clip I'm going to play, and I named the clip Jalen Hurts himself. Jalen Hurts is the quarterback of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. And as is customary in the United States of America, the championship team of all major sports, even college, I believe, go to the White House to meet the president. They all get on stage. It's a photo op. They give him a jersey with their whatever number president he is on the jersey. They say some funny shit, maybe the quarterback or whoever. And Jalen Hurts is also the Super Bowl MVP. So it would probably be him. Would have a few words. Thank you, Mr. President, for having us. And on behalf of the Philadelphia Eagles, la, 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 let's go in here, rub elbows with some very rich people, and have an expensive meal. Sounds good. Still the White House. It's still a very, now maybe you're celebrities like them, you can go to the White House on a regular basis or whenever you want. But for most people, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And for everybody, it should be held in high regard and given a lot of respect, being that it's the office of the most powerful person in the world. Now, forget about who's there. Even if I had an opportunity to go and Sloppy Joe as president, I would go because it's the White House. It's the office. It's not the feeble old geriatric skeleton that they shoved into that office. It's the office itself. And I'm sure they have some colorful descriptions for Trump. Whatever, it's the office. But this punk ass emotional bitch did not go to the White House. And when you find out why, you're going to know it's a bunch of bullshit. But let's go back to the hottest nightclub in the United States of America. That's right, sexy ladies and sexy fellas. Let's go to Club D-Port.
Bondi sharing this photo of the raid on social media. Bondi says the club in Colorado Springs is frequented by, quote, TDA and MS-13 terrorists, end quote. The DEA says cocaine and weapons were seized. The agency also says active duty military members were among those detained.
Active duty military? What were you guys doing in there? Now, are active duty military members allowed to go to nightclubs? Yeah. I did it a few times myself when I was active duty military. You're totally allowed to go to nightclubs, but what are you doing at these nightclubs? Were they caught with cocaine? It's out of your system in a few days. Maybe they were on leave. Maybe they were on their weekend. That's not looking good. But more than 100 Tren de Aragua gang members were arrested, and they're going to be deported. Good. Did they just start with doing these underground clubs full of illegal gangbangers after Trump got in office? No, they're probably doing it for a while. They probably knew exactly who was there. Just like Home Depot. Don't act dumb. You know, when you go to Home Depot, you can spot those illegals a mile away because they're standing in a group. Hey, my friend, I work for $5, $5 an hour, my friend, please. Trabajo por my family. You know who the fuck those people are. And I don't have any law enforcement training. I just got this damn common sense that I can't seem to get rid of. And my common sense, hey, I got it. My common sense is telling me that you knew where these fuckers were. You knew where they partied. Well, they got him. Hey, what the fuck? Close the door. You're letting the light in. It's the police. Where's the evidence? Good. I want to see this every night on the news. I want to turn on the TV and go, more illegals deported? More? I'm so sick of it. That's what I want to see. Get out. Go. Yeah, no, get. They said the nightclub had 170 plus 911 calls. Nothing. They didn't do shit. Let your business get 170 911 calls. See how quick they shut you down. What's up, Derek? Welcome. Cock and balls. Love the way you spell that. Welcome. Jackie, welcome. Salty. Aaron, what's going on? Yeah, come on, man. You know who these fools were. And they never went to get them. But they did now. And that's in Colorado Springs. That's San Francisco in the mountains. That's a high altitude San Francisco. What's going to happen when they actually start doing this in places like California, all up and down the West Coast? And forget nightclubs, start hitting these damn meat processing plants and these fields out here. But Jericho, who's going to pick our produce? That's another lie. That's another lie that we're told, that once we find out more and more about the truth, it's not what you told us it was. They told us, and they try to make you believe with their imagery and their words, that the overwhelming majority of the illegals coming over here are just coming here to do the services and the jobs that Americans won't do. They pick our fruit and our vegetables. They process our meat. They clean our hotel rooms. They're working in our kitchens. They're doing yard work, landscaping, construction. Because as we know, nobody cleaned the hotel rooms were filthy. Food wasn't getting cooked at the hotels. Vegetables weren't being picked. Fruit wasn't being picked. Meat wasn't being processed. No houses were being built, and everybody's lawns were overgrown until the illegals got here. And then finally, these things started getting done because no Americans were building shit or cooking shit or cleaning shit or picking shit. Get out of here with that. If they made every illegal disappear like with a Thanos snap, you think all that produce and those billions of dollars of products are just going to sit out there and rot? There will either be people out there or robots out there. But that shit's getting done. That money's being made. But all this bullshit they tell us, it's all lies. Even go to slavery. That's the worst thing ever, right? Lies. Did it happen? Yeah. Did it happen the way they said it happened? Hell no. Bunch of bullshit. Illegal nightclubs. Well, then shut them down. There's a bunch of illegals in there. Am I missing something? Did I miss law enforcement 101? If they're breaking the law, stop them from breaking it. 82 Camino, again, thank you. JG, okay, so I was just laughing my ass off as your video hit so hard I had to shout. Remember, get ready, Val. You're going to be in for a problem. Get ready, Val. Remember, Joe said that? Who's Val And what is he getting ready for, you senile shit? BJ, thank you. He said, how would Mobster JG handle the illegals at the nightclub? I'm curious as to what he would say. Love you, Jericho. Pretty curious as to what he would say too. Hydrate, people. Getting warm. Hold on, that's a piece of ice. You know what? I think Mobster JG could probably clear out all of the illegals in the club with one sentence. You've heard this sentence before, yet it's still very powerful. All right? You walk in, of course, velour suit, gold chains, wife beater t-shirt underneath, fucking grease bag, hey, fucking baseball bat, my fucking hand right here. I walk and I go, hey, get the fuck out of here. That's it. That's it. Let somebody walk into a room and yell those words out and see if you don't get up and start scrambling for, hey, get the fuck out of here. Look, how do I get out of here? It's even better if he has I know I just described the gold chains and all, but if he had a necktie, it'd be even better. Hey, get the fuck out of here. And you, hey, it's just a thought, man. That's right. All of yous, get the fuck, hey, get the fuck out of here. You don't say the words. Fuck out of here. That's it. All right. Practice that. Get in the mirror. Fuck out of here. All right. Brian King B, what up, man? Good to see you. Glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. If I was a kid, my mom would be like, it's you're here. Down in Utah. I'm an FBI agent. The fuck? Fucking! Is it too late for me to work for ICE? Give me a hat. Fucking badge. Give me a fucking badge. Hey, the fuck, hey! Gone. Pew, 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 pew. The worst. The worst. Probably the worst Italian accent ever caught on tape is Steven Seagal, Out for Justice. He plays Detective Nico Toscano. I think it is. Nico. I know it's Nico for sure. I think his last name's Toscano. He has the worst Italian accent you've ever heard. Yes, Steven Seagal Italian accent nightmare. Yes, it is. But he's telling a story to this mobster, and it's where he says, "Get the fuck out of here." But after, yeah, exactly. None of the mice are, hey, anybody know who killed Bobby Lupo? So he's telling the guy, he puts this mobster uncle of his, puts this guy in the trunk. They go watch a movie and come out, and he's like, hey, Uncle so-and-so, what about the guy in the trunk over here? And the guy, he opens the trunk, and he goes, hey, get the fuck out of here. And the guy jumps up and runs off. And the mobster asks Steven Seagal, he goes, well, did he run? And he goes, like a bird. I don't know why that's so funny, but that shit was ridiculous. Like a bird. Aaron M., I am offended by your question. He asked, did I consume the devil's lettuce? Why? Because I'm being silly. I'm in a good mood. Happy to see you guys. Any chance I get to do that Italian accent, I'm going to do it because it's fucking hilarious. Like a bird. Anyway, that's not why I came here. So, You guys want to feel sorry for someone? I already do. You need to share in it with me. Check in on Big Mike. What's going on, Big Mike?
Would you say has been the most hardest recent test of that fear? Because it's not one of those fears that you kind of get over and it just goes away. It kind of shows its head in many different ways, I imagine.
Well, in this current climate for me, it's, what's happening to immigrants. So it's not the fear for myself anymore. I drive around in a 4-car motorcade with a police escort. I'm Michelle Obama. I do still worry about my daughters in the world, even though they are somewhat recognizable. So my fears are for what I know is happening out there in streets all over the city. And now that we have leadership that is sort of indiscriminately determining who belongs and who doesn't.
I want you to listen to something that he says in the first sentence. He being Big Mike, not the show host. Listen to what the first few words that come out of his mouth.
Would you say has been the most hardest recent test of that fear? Because it's not one of those fears that you kind of get over and it just goes away. It kind of shows its head in many different ways, I imagine.
Well, in this current climate for me, it's, what's happening to immigrants. So it's not the fear for myself anymore. I drive around.
It's not the fear for myself anymore. When were you afraid? It couldn't have been since 2008. You can't tell me you've been in fear of any kind since 2008 when your husband became president of the United States of America and you were surrounded by some of the most highly trained men and women on the planet. Should have been all men, but whatever. Like you just said, you still have a 4-car motorcade. What was your motorcade like while your husband was president? Double, triple that? Not to mention when you were traveling with him. But even when you were back home being a bitter bitch, that being the first lady and married to the most powerful man on earth with all the amenities just wasn't good enough. Even then, Big Mike, even still when you're at the White House, putting in time on the court, still keeping your skills sharp as a power forward, even though you've been retired for a number of years. Even while doing that, you were fearful of what? Oh, it's not fear for myself anymore. Since when were you fearful? Before you became the first lady, and I use that term very loosely. Before that, when you were going, where'd you go? Yale, Princeton? It's pretty rough. Pretty rough on those Ivy League campuses. Pretty rough. And if you're so, and he went on in that clip to say that it keeps him up at night, keeps Mike Obama up at night, the way these illegals are being treated. Well, you must have never slept when your husband was in office because he deported millions of people. He had them wrapped up in those Jiffy Pop blankets and those chain link dog cages where you see the pit bulls looking all sad before they take their final gasp in that little mask. Your husband started that. I wonder if the Palestinians and Iraqis and whoever else was living in the sandbox overseas got the shit droned out of them. Were you losing sleep then, Big Mike? Were you losing sleep then? Or were you up in the middle of the night because the shin splints you got? Because when you were in the NBA, they didn't have this advanced shoe technology yet. You were just out there on some Chuck Taylors. Is that why you were up in the middle of the night? I wonder if you ever kept awake at night by the American citizens who were wronged by the justice system, whose families were ripped apart unjustly. Did that keep you up at night, Mike? Or is it just a poor little illegal? That's who keeps you up at night? Their safety, indiscriminately being snatched off the streets and hurled about the globe, not knowing their final destination. Shut up, Mike, you big bitch. Because you didn't give a damn when your husband was doing it. Anything to keep him out of the house, huh? You just didn't want him around the house bugging you. You didn't care what he was doing or who he was killing or who he was deporting. Get out of here with that shit. No, it's not my safety anymore. Since when was your safety in jeopardy? Since how many 6'2" men out there with shoulders and back like that feel unsafe? You seen the picture of her in that gown? You look like you could play the xylophone on her back. You kidding me? You felt unsafe? If you feel unsafe, I'm in trouble. I'm really unsafe then. And if you feel so bad, hey, Brian Kingby, that is not cool. Not cool at all. Look at this shit. Big Mike, this is ridiculous. Now, you know there's no K in ridiculous. You're implying that Michelle Obama has a huge guy. But if you're so worried, and guys, think about it. Think about the last time something bothered you so much that it kept you up at night. No bullshit. What is something maybe that you're still dealing with or you still think about that keeps you up at night? Think about how important that is, how serious that is. You mean to tell me the fact that some illegals who shouldn't be here are being deported and that keeps you up at night? I think you might be full of shit, Big Mike. And that's a big shit coming from Big Mike. If Big Mike comes to your house and takes a shit, you got to throw that toilet away. Now, Big Mike, if you, Aaron M says when he was almost late on his mortgage. Yeah, that's pretty serious. That's dealing with your home where you live. But some illegals being snatched up, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to keep me up at night, player. I don't care if there were illegals that lived across the street that got snatched up. I don't think that would keep me up at night. But here's a suggestion, Big Mike, because I know you're watching. Since it is to the point where you can't get sleep at night, I recommend that you do something. Why don't you get out there in the streets, peacefully protest? Because if you go to these places where they're snatching up the illegals, whether it be at these nightclubs or they're snatching them up at work or they're snatching them when they go out to take the trash out in the morning. You see that dude? Homeboy, he was going out to his trash can. I taking out the trash in America. It is so nice. I never have to. Holy shit! They came out of the bushes, got his ass taking the trash out. Now, Big Mike, if it's so bad that you can't sleep at night, you should do something. Go out there, peacefully protest. Get you a cool sign, right? You know, Trump's a Nazi. Whatever you want to write on there, and just peacefully protest. Because I guarantee you, if one of these ICE agents are going to get an illegal and they see a 6'2" former NBA power forward standing there, you think they're going to snatch that dude or snatch that chick? You could be a deterrent, Big Mike. You could be like Hightower on Police Academy. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Then they look up and they say, I can do what I whoa. You know, they always turn around. Hey, fuck you. Whoa. That's what they'll do to you, Big Mike. You could be a deterrent. You could be out there helping these poor illegals stay here in the safety of America's bosom. Suckling, no. Siphoning the American tax dollars' money. Broman dude says Secret Service would be there, should feel safe. I don't know, Broman dude. Do you know what it's like to tower over your Secret Service? Huh? Do you know what it's like to rest your arms on the tops of your Secret Service's heads like Big Mike does? Hey, come here, you little shit. Please, stop, leave me alone. That was the Secret Service when Big Mike was in the White House. Come here, you little motherfucker. She pick him up. Let me go, Michelle. I'm just playing around. She put him down. Too fast, too furious. What's going on? Mm. Mm. Here's what we'll do. And now it's time for sports. Jalen Hurts himself. He says he couldn't make it to the White House for the celebration of his team's world championship because of what?
Quarterback and Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts will not be here today, a White House official confirmed to me just a few minutes ago, citing what was described as a, quote, scheduling conflict. Hurts, of course, has been hesitant to wade into politics previously and was asked just a few days ago at a gala event on the red carpet whether he would be attending this White House ceremony. He gave quite a literally dodgy answer. Here's what he had to say.
Are you planning on visiting the White House next week? Got it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
So we understand he will not be here, though we do know at least several other high-profile players and officials will be, among them head coach Nick Sirianni and Saquon Barkley, the running back who was playing golf with President Trump yesterday in New Jersey, rode back with him to the White House last night. So, you know, clearly a little bit of mixed signals from the team there, but certainly most of the team expected to join later today.
You saw that and you heard that. A scheduling conflict. This wasn't some bullshit football camp where some kids were paid to, you know, their parents paid for you to show them how to put a spin on the ball and how to climb the pocket for an afternoon. You're talking about visiting the White House, celebrating your team's Super Bowl victory. Now, if nothing else, Jalen, what an overused fucking name, Jalen. Anyway, Jalen Hurts himself. You should have been there for your team, the one that you're supposed to be the leader of. You should have been there for your team. You should have been there for the organization, not for you. Now, I'm sure some bliggity black folks got up in your ear telling you you can't go see Trump because, you know, the culture and all this bullshit. The culture. I think the culture's done more damage than good. Can we agree? The culture. So somebody got in his fucking ear and said, hey, man, don't do that. It's going to look bad. Maybe some of his teammates, some of his bliggity black teammates, oh, dog, you can't do that. Some bullshit. Or some bullshit. And here you are. What are the chances of you getting back there? There's no guarantee, certainly no guarantee in the NFL that you are going to get back there to the Super Bowl for a second time. No, let alone back-to-back years. Maybe not even again in your career. You know, you're not Pat Mahomes. So let me show you guys a picture. This is in case, you know, I know you just saw it in the video, but I want to say something about this. Because they'll tell you that, oh, Jalen Hurts, you know, black quarterback, Jalen Hurts. There you can see he's black, but I think he's half black, right? He's not a all black quarterback. Does he look like that to you? It looks like Eric LaSalle to me. Well, him and Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes probably has even less black in him than this fool does, and they call him a black quarterback. Well, you're black at all. You're black. That sounds racist to me. Remember the one drop rule? That was some Jim Crow racist pro-slavery shit, and these fucking clowns took it as their mantra. Idiots. Idiots. We're going to convince you to take something we used to use against you as a badge of honor. Well, you got any black in you, you're all black. Man, you guys are so stupid. Hey, come here. Come here, nigger. Oh, we took that word and we turned it into a term of endearment. You see how retarded you sound? I shouldn't even say retarded, because retarded people, that shit happened to them. They didn't ask for that. They can't change that. But these idiots want that, and they won't change. Jalen Hurts, black quarterback. I think we need to start calling him a half-black quarterback. And Saquon Barkley, probably definitely top 3 running backs in the NFL. I wouldn't be mad if he got MVP either. But he went to the White House along with the rest of the team. I'm sure there are probably a couple of dumbasses here and there, but the majority of the team went. And as the guy mentioned at the end of that clip, is he got in trouble. I shouldn't even say trouble. People were just talking shit because he went and played some golf with Trump the day before. You got a chance to play golf with the president? You saying no? Hell no, you're going to go. This is the president. And then when you get there, oh shit, you talk to him for a little bit. He's not a tyrannical remix of Hitler like they've been telling me that he was. Again, more bullshit that they tell us, and it turns out to be a lie. 100% false. Exactly. Put the genie back in the bottle. Quarter black. That's right. He's a quarter black quarterback. Shit. Black quarter. I hate that shit. You don't ever say white quarterback. Oh, but we want equality. Well, equality somewhere on the honeydew list of getting equality is language. So start speaking as though you're equal. Stop saying black quarterback, white quarterback. Just a quarterback. They never say white quarterback, do they? Because it's quarterback. So why do you say black quarterback or quarter black quarterback? Why do you have to say that? Why do you have to break yourself up and separate yourself? Join the herd. Join the pack. You want equality, go get it. And it starts with language. If you refer to yourself as less, that's what you're going to think of yourself, and that's what you're going to be, is less. Look, they kept telling you 100 fucking times, black people were only in the fields. Black people were only in the fields. Cotton tobacco, field nigger, house nigger, cotton tobacco. That's all you fucking believe, is that slaves were only picking cotton or tobacco. You were in the house or you were in the field. That's it. It's not true. Not true at all. Go look up what slaves were really doing in this country. But if they tell you were just a sharecropper, you're going to carry that into whatever the modern day sharecropping is, and you won't rise any higher than that. Because of the language. That's what they told you. That's what they've been telling you for years. So you believe that shit. You believe that white people are better. You believe the white people think that they're better. When in reality, nobody's thinking about your ass. And they wouldn't give a fuck if you were thinking about them. Holy hell. Hold up. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Let's get this shit out of the way. Because this is some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. And you talk about somebody taking just a diabolical plot to bring about their demise. You talk about somebody taking this shit and running with it. Like Ku Klux Klan members didn't have wet dreams like this. The Klan didn't have wet dreams like this. Hell, man, I couldn't even dream of that. How many of them? Hell, man, I couldn't figure out a way to kill me 7,000 black folks. Wait a minute, you mean 7 to 10,000? Y'all kill that many a year? Well, some bitch, man, I've been down in the South and I've seen trees from here to yonder. And I ain't never seen enough trees to hang that many niggers in 1 year. 7 to 10,000? How could you possibly kill that many Negroes in 1 year? I'm listening. I don't believe it, but I'm listening. What you gonna do? So wait a minute. You telling me that you're gonna destabilize a nuclear family? You're going to have the government step in and be the paw, And you gonna have the mom sitting there with all them kids. And then the father, he's gonna take off and not be in the house. And you mean to tell me them little children growing up with no father? Yeah. That little black boy's gonna grow up to be a black man, and he's not gonna have no respect for life. And they gonna get to fighting and a shooting and a killing and a robbing. And then they're gonna end up in jail or in the ground. Now, what if you got a couple niggers here and there? Let's just say we'll call them coons. And they're going to tell the other black folk that you can get off the plantation. You just got to rely on yourself, believe in yourself, stay close to God, and get married before you have any babies. And what are we going to do about the uppity coons that are going to try to tell them the truth? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You mean to tell me that there are going to be other Negroes that will shout them down and call them names for trying to tell the truth? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And where do we come in? I'm ready to get in there, roll my sleeves up, and tear the nigger down. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You mean to tell me I don't have to do nothing? Nothing? Nothing. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So you mean to tell me it's kind of like a crock pot? You just put all the ingredients in there, set it, and forget it. Well, some bitch, there's only one problem. There ain't no fucking way in the world that these coloreds are going to start killing each other and selling. What? You got a report? FBI crime statistics? Holy shit! And scene. Thank you. They could not have dreamed of this shit themselves. No way. Look at this chick. You don't believe me? Everything I just said, even though it was sprinkled in there with a little comedy, everything that I said is true. And this woman is going to prove it. Shout out to my man Oliver Mack at Right Wing Angel. Now, you've probably seen this lady, this white woman. She's a pro-lifer. She has all the statistics, and every time they get in her face, and it's just a clump of cells or whatever bullshit, she has the stats to prove them wrong. And she has emotion, but she's not over-emotional. Usually, it's the side with no facts and no logic who get all crazy. This woman is proof that Margaret Sanger's plan, the Klan's plan, all the real white supremacists out there, this is proof positive that their plan has worked to perfection. Mwah.
Still overpopulated because of our government. It is. Gang relations.
The black community is below replacement rate.
Stop talking so I can finish.
You just said that there are too many black people. How can you say that?
So I didn't say that. And don't clip on me either. I didn't say that. Don't clip on. I didn't say that. Don't clip on. I didn't say that. Don't clip on.
You just said.
I didn't say that. Don't clip on.
No, you didn't.
Don't say that. I didn't say that. As a black person, I didn't say that. So don't misinterpret what I said.
You said Planned Parenthood's helping you because the black population is too overpopulated.
Is that what I said?
That is eugenic statement, man.
Is that what you believe? Is that what you believe I said? Is that what y'all believe I said? Is that what I said? Is that what I said?
Did you?
Is that what I
yes
said?
or no? Did you say the black population is too overpopulated?
The black community is overpopulated to this day right now. Planned Parenthood, yes, it is.
Statistically,
like your narrative,
African Americans are below replacement rates.
Let me say, hold on.
There are more abortions happening than live births. I just started bringing science.
You need to understand. No, you need to understand something. Right?
They don't care about black babies. Don't care.
How would you know that, ma'am?
Pro-abortion is by in itself theoretically against the black community. Point blank period.
Pro-life?
Point blank period. No. Point blank period.
How many pregnancy centers does the pro-life movement operate?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
More than 2,500. How many maternity homes does the pro-life movement operate?
How many kids are on the foster care system?
More than
How many
400.
kids are still being ruined by bad parents? By the fact that a Republican Party cannot consistently take care of them? How many of these kids are consistently still not being taken care of? Yes, you mean to tell me? Yes, it is.
Statistics.
Yes, you
Ma'am,
mean
you are not.
yes, you mean to tell me
Excuse me,
that I
that's
should
my mic.
continue?
Give me back my mic.
Yes, you mean to tell me that I should continuously keep on?
You are a eugenicist, ma'am, against your own race, and that is horrific. You are a eugenicist. You are a eugenicist, and that is horrific to hear you say that.
Yes,
Ma'am, you mean
to tell me that I should
continue. Statistically,
to this day right now.
What do you even say to that? Like, what do you even say to somebody who's on that level of just what the fuck? She's not even listening. The lady was telling her, no. You can't be overpopulated when you don't even have enough people to get your population back in the fucking black. No pun intended. You guys are negative. You're in the fucking red for population. You can't be overpopulated. You're not even populated yet. You can't get overpopulated when you're not even populated. As a black woman, you see that? She's been told at every single level, at home and at school, and what looks to be a college campus. She's been told at every level that the fact that you're a black woman shields you from all ridicule. This is your parachute. This is your in case conversation gets beyond my intellect. Break glass. As a black woman, oh shit, I can't question anything that comes out of your mouth after you say as a black woman. That's the equivalent to somebody being questioned by the cops saying, I want my lawyer. Because as soon as you say I want my lawyer, can't fuck with you anymore. We can't ask you any more questions. So as soon as you say as a black woman, I'm supposed to stop questioning you. I'm not supposed to push back against your ideas or test the worth of your ideas. Okay, you said this, now back that up. Just so fucking dumb. Because of a Republican government that refuses to take care of them. Why is it up to the government to take care of your children? It's not up to the government, it's up to their parents, the ones who brought them here. The ones who made them. Don't you remember laying down and him going, don't you remember that? It's you. You two are the ones who are supposed to take care of this baby, not the Republican federal government. So fucking stupid. Wait, say that again? You're a eugenicist. You want Planned Parenthood here to take out black babies. That's the wildest shit I've ever heard. That was a black woman advocating for the murder of black children because we are what? Overpopulated. People, let's just take a 10-second break. And be sure to hit the link in the description box to get those American hands on some official green gear. Ooh, don't you feel better? Me too. People are overpopulated. There's some toothless sister fucker right now in a double wide trailer finishing a 6-pack of Bud Ice and said, baby, come in here. You hear this nigger just saying? I've been saying that for years. But no, you can't come to the PTA meetings no more, Jethro, because you were talking about black women. But she can get on TV and say the same dadgum thing I've been saying, but now I got a restraining order against me at Junior's elementary school. Holy shit, people. Anyway, ready for some comedy? You guys, are you ready to laugh? Okay. Check this shit out. So, Cory Booker, remember he was supposedly, allegedly dating Rosario Dawson, but that went away. I haven't seen any girlfriends in his life yet or since. But anyway, Cory Booker and what's his name? Cory Booker and Hakeem Jeffries, the two, I don't know, they're two the head Democrats or whatever. People are listening to them. And they did a sit-in. Now, I know when you hear sit-in, you're thinking back in the Jim Crow days, whites only, blacks only, you can't eat here, right? And I think the forced desegregation of the country was detrimental, but that's another video. But when you hear sit-in, that's what you think, a lunch counter, black kids sitting in at a white establishment. They weren't allowed to. Here come the white people. Get the fuck out of here, boy, right? That's what a sit-in is. Well, that's what a sit-in was. Fast forward to 2025. Look how fun and comfortable sit-ins have become.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Cory Booker held a sit-in protest on the steps of the Capitol today. The two were there for more than 12 hours until about half an hour ago, with the sit-in starting at 6 a.m. Jeffries and Booker voiced their opposition to the Republican budget plan, which includes potential cuts to Medicaid and Medicare. Congress returns from a 2-week recess tomorrow, and Republicans plan to move the resolution forward through the budget reconciliation process, which allows them to pass it without any Democratic support.
That bill, we believe, presents one of the greatest moral threats to our country that we've seen in terms of what it will do to providing food for the hungry, care for the elderly, services for the disabled, health.
That's right, gay guy. I mean, Cory Booker. That's right. The elderly are gonna freeze to death in the cold of the winter. The hungry are gonna die of starvation on the streets of America because Trump is gonna cut off all their funding. Your grandparents are dead, and so are your children. But this lady, I found this little nugget. She describes what the old sit-in used to look like.
And basically all hell broke loose. Memphis Norman was pulled from his stool and stomped. He was bleeding out of every opening in his head. And then I think he was actually unconscious at one point. So he and the former policeman who was stomping him were arrested by an undercover cop in the store and hauled off. I think Memphis actually made it to the hospital before he was booked. And I was there, in the crowd. And so I ended up taking Memphis's seat between the two girls. And then Annie Moody and I were pulled off our stools and drugged basically to the entrance of the store, at which point the guy who was pulling me out was arrested. And so Annie and I went back in, and we couldn't get back to Perlina, but we got to wherever we could at the counter and sat there.
So these racist white people who were stomping blood out of this black dude's head were arrested? So you don't ever hear about that. You only hear about the bad things they did, and you don't hear about any punishment. And it almost makes you think that it was just lawless and you could do whatever you want to black folks in the South. But was it like that? I don't know. She just said they got arrested. So I'm just trying to reconcile that with what we've been told for years. And so you see the new version of the sit-in, which is fucking ridiculous. It's a couple of dudes sitting on the steps of the Capitol. There's probably security off camera. Everybody's dressed in, weather appropriate clothing, and probably saw some Gucci sneakers there. I'm sure those sunglasses that Hakeem Jeffries are not, gas station priced. That's a sit-in. You weren't even sitting somewhere you weren't wanted. I don't even know where that would be. Because if you're sitting around your constituents or your demographic, they're certainly not going to say anything to you. And I'm sure even if you went to a Trump rally and set up this little bullshit sit-in, nobody would say anything to you. So is there a place in America where you could sit there and not be wanted and people would not only say something to you, but harm you, grab you and physically remove you from that establishment? Does that place even exist in America? Oh, no, teacher, I know. No, it doesn't, you asshole. A sit-in? You called that a sit-in? That's what a sit-in is nowadays? You heard that lady say that they threw the dude on the ground and stomped him. He had blood coming out of all the openings. Now, it's a little bit similar to Cory Booker because I'm sure he wouldn't mind blood coming out of one of his openings. But it's not quite the same thing. That was a white girl that they grabbed and threw out of that fucking store. They're grabbing white girls like that. But they got arrested. But they don't tell you that there's ever any punishment for this. It's just, they just did what they want. They were grabbing black people, punching them, hanging them, kicking them. And nobody did anything. But that's look how far we've come. So to all of you civil rights activists from the 50s and 60s who lay bleeding in a jail cell without medical attention, your brain swelling and hemorrhaging under the pressure, your brain pressing against your skull because of the fluid building in it, and you're probably going to be dead in a couple hours on that cold jail cell floor. To all of you and your families who are left behind to grapple with the grief of losing you, I say, shut up. Because this is a sit-in. This 2025 sitting on the steps of the Capitol building with no pushback is a fucking sit-in. If you guys happen to, I'm talking to black folks, white people, back off. But any black folks, if you have grandparents or great-grandparents who are still around, or even parents, if you're old enough and you have parents who lived under Jim Crow and experienced real racism, I want you to walk up to them and slap them in their face, because that's what this is. That's what this is. This is a slap in their face. So slap them across their face like you're a pimp and they came up short by $20. All right? Because what you just witnessed with Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker, who probably spent most of, and they were only there for 12 hours. They had a schedule. We're going to be here from 6 to 6 at this planned sit-in, this casual little sit-in. They may or may not have spent most of those 12 hours making out, but that's where they were. And if you weren't there, you were on the wrong side of history. Of course, Aaron M., you got to record it. You guys never saw the selfies for the people at the sit-ins, the real ones that were like, and that white dude, his fist was like coming in, was like this, and they took a picture like duck lips as they're getting sprayed with the fire hoses, and the girls would just bend over and like push their tits together. No, they would do the Marilyn Monroe. They push their dress up. Ooh, you know, when she stood over the grate or whatever that blew the air up. Oh, like that. That's how they're getting sprayed with fire hoses, and the girls are like, ooh, like Marilyn Monroe. This is awesome. And then like the black guy, he have a fucking police German Shepherd hanging off of his forearm, and he's like, you know, whatever the kids do. You got to record that shit. Oh yeah, don't forget twerking. Girl's like, twerking on a cop, and he's taking his fucking billy club and he's like putting it like right on the back of her fucking skull. Boom, but she's like, back that thing up. Forget it. Forget it. I'm just, it's damn common sense. I can't get rid of it. But Trump's first 100 days. What a great 100 days it's been. It's been. Tariffs, whatever. We'll win. It'll be over soon. But definitely, resetting the table. The border crossings are down 99%. You're seeing these fools getting snatched up here, there, and everywhere. I hope it begins to, if it hasn't already, send a shockwave of fear through the illegal community. If they're not self-deporting already, I hope that they are, my bad, Reverend Alf Sharpton. Keep your cats away from this fool. Shout out to Mel Mac. He's a huge fan. Keep grinding, Big JG. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I hope they're scared. You know how Bush used to say, "Oh, they're hiding in the shadows. And they're scared. They're hiding in the shadows." I hope you're hiding in the shadows. I hope you're scared. I hope every Crown Vic that rolls down your street has you looking through the blinds like a tweaker, thinking that they're going to come get you. Every time someone knocks on your door and you're not expecting anyone, I hope it sends a shiver down your spine and puts that feeling in your stomach like when you're free falling on a roller coaster ride. That's what I want to happen to you. That's how you should live when you're illegally in another country. You shouldn't be comfortable. You shouldn't put down roots and not fear anything. It should take years off your life, the stress you live under. Are you fucking kidding me? You should be scared. And how in the hell do they have due process? Isn't that for American citizens? Isn't that for those of us who live here and work here and pay taxes here and sacrifice here and died here and bled here? But how is it illegal afforded the protections of the Constitution just for being here? Then why are they special? There's nothing special about it if everyone can have one. That's why no one gives a shit about a flyer. You ever see anybody freak out over a flyer? No, the ground's littered with them. They take it from the guy that handed it to them. They listen to his bullshit long enough for them to walk past them, and then they throw it on the ground. You know why flyers aren't worth shit? Because everybody can have one. They stick them on telephone poles for free. There's stacks of them in front of the club. They're not special because everybody can get them. What makes something special is rarity. That's why diamonds cost so much and gold, because it's hard to get. You're not going to excavate anything for a shiny rock or piece of gold, but somebody else will if you pay. Same with our rights. If everybody can get them simply for standing on our soil, then they don't mean shit. They're not special. They're not valuable, when in fact, it's the most valuable set of papers on the planet is our Constitution and the protections that it provides us. That's what makes you put 2 empty milk jugs under your armpits and float here from Cuba. That's what makes you grab a stack of Old Mission tortillas and a big-ass bottle of Tapatio and trek through 9 countries to get here. That's what makes you pack your Louis Vuitton luggage in China, fly to fucking Haiti, and swim over, or fly to Ecuador, or fly to Mexico and walk over 7 months pregnant. Fucking dicks. You give that shit to everybody, don't mean anything. They broke into our house. They don't get protection. They get kicked out. What kind of stupid shit is that? Due process for who? You? Did you engage in due process when you snuck over here? Because if there's a due process to get out, you better believe there's due process to get in here. You didn't take the right steps, but you expect us to. Man, if I was King Jericho of America, you know what I do? I get all those big muscle-bound strong men. What's his name? Brian Smith. Is that his name? Big American strongman, Brian something. Dude's 6'10", 400. I'm getting the Mountain from Game of Thrones. I'm getting Bjorgen, Gurgen, them strongmen with the 2 dots over the J in their name. I'm getting Samoans, Tongans, Hawaiians. I'm getting all the corn, you big corn-fed ass dudes who just come out of the womb at 14 pounds. I'm getting all those big ass people. You know what your job is going to be? We're going to have a single file line of illegals, and it's your job to grab them by the back of their shirt and the seat of their pants and toss them out of our country. That's what you deserve. That's your due process. That's what you deserve when you're caught here illegally and you get deported. Some giant dude with sausage fingers is going to grab you by the scruff of your neck like a mama kitten, by the seat of your pants, and see how far they can toss you back into Mexico. Hey, I'm not from Mexico. I don't give a shit. That's where you're going. And you deal with them, Mexico. You deal with them, President Scheinbaum, Goldblatt, Silverberg, whatever your name is. How do you get a Jewish president of a Catholic country? Talk about a scam. Bunch of bullshit. But the border's looking good. Prices are coming down. Fuel, eggs, interest rates, it's all coming down. The war in Ukraine is still going on, but we're not paying for it. I don't give a shit. People are fighting all the damn time. I don't care as long as I don't have to pay for it. Fuck, they can fight till the end of time. Give a shit if Russia's fighting Ukraine as long as I'm not footing the damn bill. But I think its first 100 days have been great. I think as long as Americans are first on the list of things to do and the list of people to work for, we're good. We're always going to be doing good. Twellemeyer? Well, I know I'm not saying that right. Says I get your point, but diamonds are not rare. The diamond cartel controls the market. Gold is. You know what I mean. But yeah, the first 100 days, great. All the executive orders, the no boys and girls sports, the shit that we used to file under common sense. Everything's getting better. Right? I can't wait to see the second 100 days. Broman Dude says, "Where's the Epstein documents?" I'm there with you. Two-way more, to weigh more. What, is that what that means? More. Two-way mirror. Is that what it's supposed to mean? Two-way mirror. See, I can make it past the first 2 rounds of the Wheel of Fortune. But no, I think its first 100 days have been great. Has it been perfect? No, but shit's going fast. Doge, that's another one. Finding all this corruption and waste. It shouldn't be waste, fraud, and abuse. It should be theft, because that's what it is. It's theft. So they're stopping theft. It's not waste, fraud, and abuse. You're stealing. You're a thief. What used to happen to thieves not too long ago? Nah, never mind. Of course, in here making incendiary comments, Book DJ Biz says, "Bring Biden back." Is that fool still alive? Honestly, is Joe Biden dead? Because I saw him the other day. I think it was at the Pope's funeral? He probably got confused and tried to climb in the casket. Hey, it's about time. But he was walking down some steps, and Jill was holding it one arm, and the other one, it was like a cardinal or some shit, someone who's probably touching little boys. And Biden grabs his arm to help him down the steps. Oh, fuck. If you need to get help down the steps, you can't be the leader of a country. I'm sorry. Facts only. What up? Shout out to my man, Gian. What's going on, man? Glad you're here. Fucking Book DJ Biz making some crazy ass statements. But even people like, DJ Biz, as he calls himself, even people like him, they know the truth. You're going to say things in the comment section, especially, let's say you have a job that's like in the music industry or something like that. there are many facets to the music industry, but let's just say you're in one of them. And you're going to be surrounded by people who drink the Kool-Aid. You're going to be surrounded by people who just have Joe Biden's old wrinkly liver spotted dick all the way in their throat. One or the other ones is cupping his balls, and somebody is tossing his old salad from the back. Those are the kind of people that are in your friend group. So, online, you can't say what you really think because they're going to turn on you. But we've been friends for 25 years. Fuck you. You're a Nazi. They'll turn on you because that's the kind of pieces of shit they are. So you don't want to risk that. And then maybe it's not even about risk. You just don't want to deal with it. So you go along. You say things like, bring Biden back. Nobody wants Biden back. Even if they were literally trying to bring Biden back. He's laying on the bathroom floor of whatever little girl's bedroom he just broke into, trying to sniff her hair. And they're, even they look up at Dr. Jill and she goes, even she don't want to bring Biden back. Clear. They're about to hit him with the paddles. And she grabs his wrist. She don't even want to bring Biden back. Hey, how about we bring Biden back to build back better? That's what he said he was going to do. I said, what? Two-way mirror. I got it now. It says, I met you briefly a long time ago at Trader Joe's in the nut section. True story. I'm not calling you a nut. Maybe I am a bit of a nut. Well, I wish I remembered what you look like. Maybe that would jog my memory a little bit better, but I'm glad you're still hanging with me. Trader Joe's, that was a case study on leftists. It's crazy. I could probably write a book just on my years at Trader Joe's. Like the people you run into, these people you see online, and you're just like, no fucking way. Yeah. Alien testosterone. Yeah, the thing. And then I learned about roaches that summer, and they touched my hair. Yeah. Alien testosterone met at some glory hole on a Navy ship. That's pretty funny. But the Army, they just did away with the glory hole. They're just in the tent. Oh, let's go out in the field, private. Private, did you bring your privates? Shootout, Aaron M said shootout in South City, California a few minutes ago. That's how we do it. That's how we do it in California. Ooh, got a request for some Silky Biden. Here he is. Yeah, bitch. I hear all you bitches talking about how I'm not here no more and if I'm dead or not. Bitch, I stay living and pimp hands is what I stay giving. That old bitch. I think he's still alive. I don't think even hell wants him yet. Like, nah, not yet. Not yet. Oh, check this shit out. Speaking of the economy and things of that nature, you have Amazon is doing some bullshit.
So it was reported this morning that Amazon will soon display a little number next to the price of each product that shows how much the Trump tariffs are adding to the cost of each product. So isn't that a perfect crystal clear demonstration that it's the American consumer and not China who is going to have to pay for these policies?
I will take this since I just got off the phone with the president about Amazon's announcement. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? And I would also add that it's not a surprise because, as Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American. It's another reason why we are onshoring critical supply chains here at home to shore up our own critical supply chain and boost our own manufacturing here.
Is Jeff Bezos still a Trump supporter?
Look, I will not speak to the president's relationships with Jeff Bezos, but I will tell you that this is certainly a hostile and political action by him.
For sure. It makes sense. It can't be too much of a shocker because, I mean, what, 99% of Amazon shit comes from China. So it makes sense that if China is feeling any kind of heat or there's something going on that China doesn't like, it's going to make a phone call. There are a handful of red bat phones, if you're that old, around this world. We know that China has one at LeBronica James's house. He calls him regularly and tells him what to tell his little army of nigglets that listen to him. We know that he had one in the White House for Sloppy Joe that's since been ripped out of the wall since 47 got back in the house. So I guess Bezos has one too. And China called him and said, you need to do something about this. And it needs to be bold. It needs to send a message. So they're going to put a little tab that shows what the increase in tariffs is. What is that? How much is it going to be? 4 cents? So the cheap shit that you're not going to put a little tab. How about this, Jeff Bezos? How about you put a little tab? It's just put a tiny little yellow hand. Just a sticker like this. Put a tiny little yellow hand. Make sure it's yellow though, because it's going to show each product that was made by a fucking Chinese kid. How about that? Or how about you put a big Chinese hand on there if it was made by some Chinese woman who contemplated suicide on her lunch break in one of those factories where they have the nets extended so she can't fall to her death instead of make another Samsung phone. Do you have that on there, Jeff Bezos? Where's your little tiny yellow hand sticker? So at least I know when I have a tariff levied against me, I can also know that a child made it for me. And you can also put other little tiny stickers on there like, I don't know, how many bags of rice was this child paid in to make this shit? Because you don't give them money. How about you put another little tab? How about a number that shows the amount of days that little Chinese kid was allowed to leave the facility and visit his family before you send a windowless van to come pick him up and bring him back to work? How about you put that shit on there, Bezos, you roided bitch? Here's what a phone call would sound like from the Chinese government to Jeff Bezos. Bring, bring. Hello? Hey, Jeff. You know who this is, bitch. Why the phone ring twice? I tell you answer on first ring like I told that bitch Biden. I'm sorry. I was busy. Oh, what the fuck were you doing? Why are you so busy you don't answer China phone call? I had the bike pump and I was reinflating my wife's lips and tits since she got back from space. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that 10-minute little bullshit stunt you did. That was pretty stupid. Remember they caught you where the door was already open, but you acting like you opened the door? Yeah, China. I got to hurry up and reinflate her right titty. Oh, that's cool. I just need you to put a little tab on your product to poke a finger in the eye of Trump and make the American people think that the tariff war is not working. But it's working like a son of a bitch. Click and scene. I think that's what it would sound like if the Chinese government were to call Bezos. And if we don't have China anymore, so what? How about this? We make our own medicine here. Oh, fuck. You mean to tell me if something happens, we shouldn't rely on our enemies to give us medicine to make us better? Fuck China and fuck Amazon too. You're obviously on the side of the Chinese government. Take all your shit over there. Move all your factories over there. Of course he's working with the Chinese government. They told him, you need to do something. The tide is turning. It's not in our favor. Do something, Jeff. Do something. There's red phones, there's red commie China phones ringing all over the country. You just wait. You're going to see all these little bastards start chirping, start running their mouths because China made the call. And you better pick it up on the first ring. Yeah, that's another thing. All the small businesses that Amazon just swallowed up. Imagine if the tsunami of Amazon and mass-produced cheap child labor shit were to recede and allow all these small businesses to pop back up. It's only good for America. I do not care what country, what government, what entity must be crushed to lift the American people. I don't care who has to fall for us to stand on top of your corpse and shine the brightest. I'm Team America all the way. The rest of the world, you can either get in line or you can suck it from the back. Now, why don't we talk about, before we get out of here, we're going to talk about these judges. This is so crazy. So I imagine it takes a lot to become a judge. You got to go to law school. Do you have to be a lawyer before? There's a lot of steps you got to take to become a judge. So you get there, you have this power. You're supposed to be wielding this power in the name of justice. And you are harboring, aiding, and abetting illegal wife beaters.
FBI Director Kash Patel says Judge Hannah Dugan, a 9-year veteran on the Milwaukee County bench, attempted to misdirect federal agents from arresting an illegal alien inside of her courtroom. In a social media post, Patel says federal agents chased down Eduardo Flores Ruiz on foot, but the judge's obstruction created increased danger to the public. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports Dugan allowed Flores Ruiz to leave through a back hallway while immigration officials were conducting business elsewhere. Dugan appeared before a federal judge this morning before being released from custody. Her attorney saying she wholeheartedly regrets and protests her arrest. Wisconsin Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin has also now weighed in, writing, "The president's administration arresting a sitting judge is a gravely serious and drastic move, and it threatens to breach the United States systems of checks and balances." But also, new U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi made her position clear in her own post, writing, "No one is above the law." Flores Ruiz was appearing in a courtroom to face battery charges, but the Sentinel reports the agents did not have a proper arrest warrant. We've reached out to the Milwaukee FBI division for more details. We're still waiting to hear back.
That infuriates me. That it's bad enough when it's an American citizen. You got this piece of shit, but the cop, he misspelled the name of the street that the crime was committed on. So now we got to let this guy go. That's bad enough, but at least that's an American citizen, and that's the way our justice system works. That's the way it's worded or whatever. But an illegal, all that stops once we find out you're here illegally. It doesn't matter if the cops had the proper this or the proper that. Are you in our country illegally? Yes, good night. You're going home. Why are they afforded these protections and rights? Those are for me. Not this illegal piece of shit who stumbled over my border. You just stumbled into the greatest party on earth and now you can just hang out? And this bitch had the nerve to let him out the back hallway. The TDS is fucking crazy. This woman just ruined her career for what? Some illegal who's going to get kicked out of the country, get deported, and forget all about your stupid ass? Throw the book at her. I hope this case stays on Pam Bondi's radar. I hope she sees this through to the end and this stupid ass judge goes to prison, because what the fuck would happen to you if you let an illegal or any criminal out the back door of the courthouse? You think they're going to let you go? Don't do that anymore. Here, give me your wrist so I can give you a slap on it. No, you're going to prison. This bitch should go to prison too. When's the last time you heard about a judge letting some American criminal out who the cops are waiting for? You hear any stories about this judge letting Americans escape out the back door to avoid capture? Of course not, because that didn't serve her in any way. That didn't make her a martyr in her community. Oh my goodness, you're just like Harriet Tubman. You are just like Harriet Tubman. You held the lantern up so the escaped slave could see the light, and you waved him through to freedom. You are Harriet Tubman. Oh my God, I am Harriet Tubman. I helped a brown person. Oh my God, every party she goes to and cocktail get together. That's her. She's an activist judge. She saved the brown guy. Oh my God, what did it feel like to save a brown person? Oh, what did it feel like to save a brown person? Oops, I'm trying to teach myself not to talk like that. Get the fuck out of here. What? You helped an illegal Out the back door? Has she ever helped your American ass escape? No, but is that all?
As former Doña Ana County Magistrate Judge Joel Cano and his wife Nancy were taken into custody after federal agents raided their Las Cruces home. The two face charges of evidence tampering amid allegations that they harbored Christian Ortega Lopez, an alleged illegal who is also believed to be a member of Venezuela's notorious Tren de Aragua gang. Secretary Kristi Noem of Homeland Security saying, quote, under President Trump, we have arrested over 150,000 aliens, including more than 600 members of the vicious Tren de Aragua gang. If you are here illegally and break the law, we will hunt you down, arrest you, and lock you up. That is a promise, end quote. The arrest follows a February incident where Ortega Lopez was apprehended at the Cano residence. Court documents reveal that he was initially hired by Nancy Cano for home repairs and later offered accommodation in the couple's guest house. We do have a photo of that man right there. This is coming from the Doña Ana County Detention Center. Investigators uncovered evidence linking Ortega Lopez to the Tren de Aragua gang, they say, including gang-related clothing, tattoos, voicemails, and text messages. According to court documents, he unlawfully entered the U.S. back on December 15th of 2023 by crossing the border near Eagle Pass, Texas, without inspection or any authorization. More pictures here provided by several different agencies. Now, he was released on December 18th, 2023, pending removal proceedings due to overcrowding at the Border Patrol facility. He was issued a notice to appear, initiating formal removal proceedings under the Immigration and Nationality Act. Further investigation led to the seizure of 4 firearms from the residence of April Cano, that is the couple's daughter. Again, this information all coming from those court documents here. It also appears that Ortega Lopez was found in social media posts posing with some weapons, some of which he claimed were owned by April.
You cannot make this shit up. And you don't have to. You don't have to. Truth will always be stranger than fiction. You heard it right there. They originally hired the guy to do some repairs on their home, and you thought it was a good idea to bring some illegal with face and neck tattoos? Are you crazy? But Jericho, just because you have face tattoos and neck tattoos, yeah, I know. But if we're talking living in my home, I don't think so, unless I really know you. And if it's just me and my wife living there, nah, dog, get the fuck out of here. You ain't living with me. Are you crazy? And they said that 4 of the firearms that they were caught with belonged to their daughter. How much you want to bet that illegal dude was banging their daughter? Hang on, I'm totally helping out brown people by letting him nut in or on me. It depends. Are you serious? He was banging their daughter. Oh, yeah, take my guns. What the fuck is wrong with you? I bet he did the work on their house. Oh, please, can I use your bathroom? Can I have a glass of water? Oh, honey, give him a glass of water. Look at him. Look at his little brown face. He's just thirsty. Oh, thank you, senor. I have not had any water until I arrived in the United States. Oh, honey, look at him. He's just so thirsty and scared. Oh, I thank you. All I want to do is come to your country ever since I was a little boy. Ay. Canta, no llores. Ay, please, let me stay in your country, please. Oh, honey, we can't just throw him back out of the world. What if they take him and send him back home? Ay, please, do not send me back home. They will kill me and my family. Ay. Oh, honey, please let him stay here. He can work. You do work. Yes, I do work for you. Please, don't send me back. Stupid. And these dumb assholes let this dude stay with them, bang their daughter, and shoot their guns. Are you fucking serious? Made myself have fake tears. Are you serious? Yes, they are. They are. But who's to say he probably wasn't banging her too? He's probably banging his wife. He's sitting there tied up in the corner with a gag in his mouth and his butt, and that dude just going to town on his old lady. Probably all kinds of sick shit going on in there. Stupid. I let him stay in our home. When's the last time they let you stay in their home? Any American criminals out there where they said, oh, honey, please, let him stay with us? Hell no. They throw your American ass to the wolves. But if you are just an illegal and you just came to the United States just to be safe, I don't want to be killed. Please. Don't worry about it. Put some fresh sheets on the bed, get you a rifle, and my daughter to bang. Don't worry about it. Oh, stupid motherfuckers. I hope Bondi throws the book at all of them. Make an example out of all of them. Make an example out of these fools who are running around keying and burning Teslas, and make an example out of these dumbass activist judges who just disregard the law and help them because they're illegal and Trump doesn't want me to. Ugh. Get them, Pam. Get them. Thank you guys for being here. Had a lot of fun. That's right. It's only fair because nobody's above the law. Aaron M., I didn't hear about that story. I'm going to write that down. SUV, what state was it in? Ammo. Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit. First 100 days have been great. Second 100 days, I feel, will be even greater. We're winning. This is the story of a girl. I don't know why I just thought about that when I said this is. All right, Arizona or Cali. But this is the beginning. This is us ripping the Band-Aid off. This is us recovering from what Sloppy Joe did. We have to go through this. These are growing pains where we're transforming. You ever seen like a werewolf movie, and when they transform, it's always painful because your bones are growing, your skin is ripping, your teeth. It's very painful. But when you transform, it's all good. So we're in the middle of this transformation. It will be over soon, and we will be better for it. Broman says, what do you grade the first 100 days? I say an A. I wouldn't say an A plus because, that would be a thing perfect. Nothing's perfect. But A, definitely strong A, upper 90 percentile. But I thank you guys for being here. Shout out to everybody in the comments, your questions, your comments, everything. I appreciate it all because there's no me. Thanks for being here for the live. I will do another one as soon as I can. Things should be slowing down around here very soon, but I'll always be putting out videos and shit like that. Appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, check out my channel every day for videos, shorts, and all that shit. Yes, I've been shadow banned. Yes, YouTuber haters, but fuck them. We got to keep going. I appreciate you guys. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out. And be sure to hit the link in the description box to get those American hands on some official green gear.